Yo, and welcome to My Math, Your Math. Today we're going to talk about complex numbers, which is actually one of my favorite fields of math. Definition: a complex number is any number z equals to a plus bi, where a and b are just real numbers. That's all that means right there. So when you have z is equal to a plus bi, on the plane, when you graph the point, it's going to be a comma b. It's kind of like an xy plane. So we have this right here as the complex plane denoted by c. What's actually really congruent or the same as two copies of the real numbers, which is the plane, the xy plane. But instead of the x and y, we have something that's like an x over here, but instead of y, it's I now. So going up one unit is I, 2 would be 2i, 3i, 4i, and so on, and backwards would be negative I, negative 2i, down, and so on and so forth. This way, that way, you're just going to be, 1, 2, 3 regular numbers and all that. So this is actually the complex plane from complex analysis. Now, we're going to see how we add and subtract. So if you have two different points, a comma b and c comma d, the way you add them is component-wise. You do a plus c comma b plus d, just like right here. Multiplication works a little funny. The way it's defined is if you're multiplying a times b by c times, a comma b by c comma d, you do AC minus BD, comma AAD plus BC. And this is what we use right here to show you guys why I squared is equal to negative 1. If we let 0, comma 1 be I, right? Because 0, comma just 1 up is that I point. Watch what happens. So we have I squared. It will equal 0, 1 times another 0, 1. Correct? Now we're going to multiply these just like you multiply here. So it would be 0 plus negative 1 and then it's going to be 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus negative 1 is negative 1. And then we get the point, negative 1, comma 0, which is really just negative 1 in the real numbers. And that's why I squared is negative 1. And for a fun exercise, you guys could try to compute out I to the 3 and I to the 4th power and see what happens there. And try I to the 5th power and see what happens. But you might end up back somewhere where you started. And that's all for complex numbers.